Cracking the code. What does saying Beetlejuice 3 times really mean? What does saying Beetlejuice 3 times really mean? Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. What's up, y'all? What's the deal, family? Look, we got to get it in. We got to get it in because this Beetlejuice is coming on. Dreamwise here for another one. And we're about to make some noise because, oh boy, hey, that star has been exploded. And we got to understand what it actually means for us as spiritual beings and how we can manipulate our star just based off of ancient science and understanding. A lot of times what's happening is we're interpreting these symbols or these particular mythologies as literal, and it's causing us to be confused in a disarray, in a space of, thinking that this physical reality is actually the real thing, and that physical beings came down here to make you dance, baby. So look, I'm gonna clear all of that up today. Make sure we understand what the core meaning of all these symbols and pictures and images and gods and goddesses is, and then we're gonna get to the deeper meaning of Beetlejuice, 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 because oh boy, it's going down, baby. Hey, if you don't know, the time is now, and the time for you to shine bright is right now. What's up, y'all? What's the deal? So look, Panic and Aleem did a powerful build during that COVID time. Shout out to Brother Panic, rising the power to Panic, and shout out to Aleem El Bait. Two of our most important occult scholars, how would you say, in our generation, in our time. And I did a particular build with Aleem during that COVID time in 2021, right when all this COVID stuff was happening. You feel me? We got down to the work in the Patreon. It was a 3-hour video. It was a classic. And essentially, Aleem brought so much information to the fold in the aspect of what this Beetlejuice star is, and how we can use this Beetlejuice star right now. Hey, I gotta repost that video for the Patreon family soon enough. But I wanted to play this clip from that particular build so y'all can really get down and understand how powerful we actually are.
Down. The star Alpha Orionis is not only the brightest star in the constellation Orion, it is one of the brightest in the northern sky. And what star is that? Betelgeuse. Right? What does Betelgeuse mean? The shoulder or the armpit of the giant. But there are some surprising suggestions about the interpretation of this name. All right? Now, wait for Betelgeuse to explode. This is in the New York Times. And when was this? By Jonathan Corum. What? January the 9th, 2020, before all this shit started going to kaputs. Mm-hmm. Before they assassinated a Kobe.
Right. So remember, in that particular Corona time, and remember, Corona just means crown, right? Or your eye, or your all-seeing eye, if you will. There was a lot of different energies going on. We had this 5G thing coming on heavy, right? The dis-ease or the dysfunction of this particular, I don't even know if I could say it. Can you say the word remember next to it? Hey, boys was afraid to say that word on YouTube. Your shit get cut the fuck off quick, boy. What? But y'all know during that time, that disease, whatever, right, was happening heavy, and put the whole world in influx, right? But there was something else strange going on, and Aleem is about to explain it right here. Watch this. Can't even say the damn word no more before you get banned off of this thing. God damn.
What it say? A fading giant around 700 years ago, the red star Betelgeuse began to fade. The light from this usual dimming is only now reaching Earth. What?
That's man. Yeah.
The light from this unusual dimming is only now reaching Earth. So this is why they had to hurry up with that damn 5G, come up with this corona shit, because this is what is going on.
Man, powerful times.
Yeah, and it was in the New York Times.
Mm-hmm.
Before they got locked down.
Right.
So
remember when I was telling y'all that the 5G is actually like, nigga, once that 5G cut on, dreams were not the same, boy. And I'm telling you, and I remember back then, a lot of people were having real good dreams and stuff like that. But now with this 5G on, you got to be deliberately going into the dream space. Like, you got to take yourself to sleep, get them big ass TVs out your house. I'm talking about, you got to put your tourmaline crystals around your bed. You got to be real deliberate, because this 5G is causing you not only to not recall the dream, right, but to also not go deeper or have clearer visions of the dream just based off of your pineal gland being shut down. So during this particular time, and I'm going to explain all of this stuff, during this particular time is very, very important to really focus heavy on your pineal work. I can't make it up. This is a huge time for you to see beyond the veil. This is huge for you in this specific time, as this Beetlejuice energy is here, to tap into the strange, tap into the unusual, and really get down with your psychic power centers. And the more you do enter into that realm, which I'm gonna show y'all with the Beetlejuice stuff, everything will start to make more sense. Everything will start to become more clear, and then you'll have a deeper understanding of why you came down to this bitch in the first place. So that's important, family. I can't make it up, but listen to Aleem as he drops on this Beetlejuice star energy and what's happening with it right now.
wow, that's deep. Yeah. So Betelgeuse is normally one of the 10 brightest stars in the sky, but is now fading, fainter than ever recorded. Betelgeuse typically fades and brightens in a short cycle of 14 months and longer cycle about 6 years. So they give you the play on that, you know, because Trump said that this thing might take up to 14 months, and now you got to keep your 6 feet distance.
Wow.
Overlapping cycles might explain the dimming, or clouds of the debris might be obscured the starlight, or the star might be about to explode. Well, hold up now. So the light that took 700 years, as it begins to start fading, is only now
touching us.
Is only
now. This space and time, right now.
Right now.
Yeah.
All right. I didn't write the shit. Y'all take that up with Jonathan Gorham. I didn't write the article. This is the New York Times wrote this. So see, this is why I wanted to go further in on it, because this is what is going on. All right. And we're going to get to the stargazing in a second here, but I just had to, get everybody up to par on what is taking place on planet Earth.
Oh, yeah.
And explain a little bit more on, what we need to be, what needs to be going on.
Definitely magical times right now. Powerful times. Man.
Oh yeah.
And just for you to have this information, Aleem, is a testament to, the understanding of this thing, like holistic.
Right. Because nobody else talked about it. Everybody is talking about the physical physical standpoint of what is taking place. Oh, the coronavirus. Oh, you ready to collapse the system. Oh, the new world order. Oh my God.
Yep, facts.
Somebody is talking about the spiritual aspect that is taking place. Why? Because we're talking about as above, so below,
Correct.
so without. That's the supreme axiom. And when I hear people talking about it in that way, then I know something is going wrong.
Man, magic.
And we the gods in the West, rising in our Christ consciousness, tapping into our corona. Yeah.
Is it all connecting?
It's connecting.
It's happening.
Exactly.
Yeah, we here. Yep.
Yeah.
Shout out to the master teacher, Aleem El Bey. Yeah, Patreon family, I will repost that 3-hour video that we had on that aspect of Beetlejuice in the Patreon again. But I wanted to share that one part clip just so you can understand that this energy is here now. And as we look into the stars, right, and know that this Beetlejuice energy did explode, it's more so that you're looking at a map inside of yourself. So something exploded inside of you, especially during that corona time, right? I don't know if this thing is blocked, that's what it is, baby. I keep on saying that word, but fuck it. You feel me? They're going to have to. And Aleem did a great job on this build. It was absolutely amazing. The 5G understanding of what that 5G was literally about to shut down. And the 5D, which is the real game and the real zone of genius, which you want to tap into, which is the light beings, which is us. So when you turn on this 5D, 5-dimensional thinking energy inside of you, that's when everything will start to, align for you, and you'll be able to receive your information at the speed of light, because really the sun inside is going to give you this light codes, this information on a constant downloaded shift in your being. You feel me? So yeah, sun gazing is a great way to receive light codes, them photons, right? Which is information, which is moving your pineal gland in a particular way. But we can't forget about the sun inside of us. And that sun inside is also a way for us to gather and gain information, right? Light information that makes us move or see past the illusionary trick, or beyond seeing is more of a feeling. It's more of an energy that you're out of the robotic maneuvering ways of the world, and you're moving chaotically, if you will. You feel me? I'm gonna get to that, don't worry. And that's important, family, because essentially what happens is we can fall into a slumber, and this slumber is essentially just robots. And that robotic way of thinking or moving is keeping you in this looped program matrix idea and system. So now, guess what happens? That's you doing that in the third dimension. So now guess what happens in the fourth dimension? Same thing. You walking on a beach back and forth, or sitting at a bus stop waiting for the bus to come so you can enter into another baby, or waiting at a church, sitting there, or rocking in a chair at your home. Hey, I'm just telling you what it is and how these and what's actually going on, because when that DMT floods from your pineal gland, right, and you're back home, the real home, essentially what's going to have to happen is you're going to have a mind, and your mind is in your heart, and your heart is an intelligence that makes you move and not go into the light, or not be automatoned in the fourth dimension, which is part of this whole time-space continuum. Hey, I know I said a lot. Just re-listen to that bitch, because it's making sense. Trust me. It's going to make sense soon. So a big aspect of this whole matrix thing and this in this earth realm is that they put you in a repetitive cycle, right? That doesn't make you think outside of the box. So that repetitive cycle shuts down your pineal gland. And in shutting down your pineal gland, essentially what happens is you decay inside because you don't have no real energy to move. And this energy is something that we need to understand within ourselves, that this is an adventure we're having down here, and nothing should tie us down or shackle us, one, in the physical, but two, in the mind. And that shackle in the mind, baby, is just you not being able to break free of a certain thought or paradigm that you've been programmed with. Very, very important, family. Very important to understand what I just said, because I can't make it up. This whole thing has everything to do with you moving freely through this earth realm as much as you can. And this whole thing is about as above, so below, as within, so without. So essentially, when you see stuff happening in the stars, it's also happening inside of you. So we have to get out of our own way and understand that there's something shifting inside of us, right? To free us up in a particular light that makes us, move how we want to move. In that Corona time, you've seen a whole bunch of people become entrepreneurs and free thinkers and really break out of the system. So they thought, because, right, and this is all spirit work. They thought because they shut everything down and kept you at the house, that was a good idea. That was actually a bad idea. Let's say the powers that be made this thing happen, right? That was actually a bad idea, because essentially what happened was people broke free of the robotic nature of the 9 to 5, slaying at a job, doing the same thing over and over and over again every day, driving the same route to work, doing the same thing at the work, coming home not having enough energy to tap into spirit, because you're just all out of gas based off of your energy is primed and programmed early in the morning, right? And then falling into this loop cycle daily, weekly, monthly, yearly, over and over and over again. So y'all took off of work one day. Y'all remember that? You took off of work and you was like, God damn, what the hell was I in? You damn near woke up out of a slumber. You like, whoa, I was, your whole being felt different that day you took off. Then the day you went back, the next day when you went back, you was like, hold on, this is strange. I ain't supposed to be doing this. This is kind of weird. Hey, I'm just telling y'all what it is. That's an energy that we have to break free of. And it's not about you having a job or whatever. It's more so about the energy that you have to understand within yourself that's keeping you trapped and locked into a certain mindset that's not causing you to go beyond. Now, you can do it and you can break free with a job, right? But just like anything, it takes work. You have to be able to discipline yourself to get up and do your spiritual work early or at night, whatever that may be, because it will start to slowly but surely break you free of certain systems that was placed on you during public school training, right? See, the reason why public school is free is because they know if they can get you to move in a certain manner day by day, right? And have this strong stranglehold on you based off of the repetitious nature of what happens in the repetition is just basically subconscious programming, right? Then they can move you along like sheep and cattle. So a lot of that public school training is forcing you to do certain things, forcing you to act in a particular way, forcing you to get the assignment done, to get these questions right here. Go to lunch at this time. You have recess at this time. You go to this class at 1:30. See, in private school, they don't do that. There's no forced in it. They let them flow and be free because they know and understand that everybody's uh, uh, level of genius doesn't require a certain speed and how fast you can move through this bitch. In private school, they say, hey, go try whatever assignment you want. Where's your mind leading you? You feel me? And they're letting them become creative, right? And be free of a certain constructed way of thinking that shuts down your pineal gland. Hey, I'm just telling you what it is. That shit is heavy. And we got to get to the point of understanding that we can do this, family. We just got to break free of that stranglehold energy that keeps you stuck and stagnant and not being able to wake up out of the illusionary dream. So something exploded in you, family, something exploded in you. And this explosion is called this Beetlejuice star. And it says the red giant star Betelgeuse is younger than the sun, but is living fast. The star has reached a life stage that the sun won't hit for billions of years. Besides its intriguing ruby red hue, Betelgeuse also fascinates astronomers because it shines so brightly at such a young age. It is only 8 million years old, making the sun well over 500 times older. If the Betelgeuse sat inside of Earth's solar system, the star would swallow the planets all the way up to Jupiter's orbit. So that sun shining bright, so bright, is also inside of you, family. And just understand that something cut on during that 2000 time, right? When all this Beetlejuice and Corona stuff was happening. And it was a time for you to break free of a way of thinking and the conformity of the matrix. So black and white, you see Beetlejuice with the black and white on, right? That just means like and alike are the same. Like and unlike are the same polarity. Understanding that is very, very important, because what also happens in this system is they move you into an aspect of the fear zone, which is they try to scare you with the darker, more hideous images, right? That keeps you away from that true knowledge, from that true science. So in order to really gain ground in this particular earth dimension, you got to get off of that black and white, or that fear-based darkness, hideous agenda that they push in the TV to keep you away from your true power. You got to run towards that stuff. Run to the Baphomet. Run to the inverted pentagram. Run to the hideous things that they're trying to deter you from, because essentially that's where the light is at. Out of darkness comes light. And if you go into the darkness, you sure will see some light. So every night you go to sleep, you're going back to the astral realms, which is the fourth dimension. And that's just essentially the darkness, where you're closing your eyes and getting into an aspect of you that's strange and peculiar and weird, right? The dream realm. Well, all of it is up for play. All of it is up for grabs. And if you understand yourself as a lucid dreamer and really get into that lucid dreaming aspect or out of body experience aspect of yourself, then you will start to, gain more light and clarity on your mission, because everybody has a mission down here, on your mission down here in the third dimension. So when I say fall in love with death, I'm essentially saying fall in love with death because the death realm is going to bring you light. The death realm is going to help you maneuver like you have a flashlight in this third dimension through the darkness, right? Which is the darkness is just you, the unknown, what you don't know where you're going, right? But essentially, through that darkness, with you having your light on, you'll be able to just follow spirit with the clues and signs that you're having in your waking life. And that shit is always, all the time, you seeing signs and symbols in your waking life. You like, damn. Well, when your shit is activated and on, like, god damn, all I see is, damn, thank you, spirit. There I go again. Thank you, spirit. And then, just like the Beetlejuice movie is showing you, you'll start to see the strange or the peculiar or the dead, if you will, right? The people that transitioned and moved on. So there's some people out there that can see people walking around in the third dimension that are dead, right? But that's not the biggest play, because that is a good play to have, right? But that's not the biggest play. The biggest play is for you to see your signs and symbols that spirit is guiding you through this third dimension, right? That's going to give you more understanding and clarity about yourself. So, again, if you're not seeing your signs and symbols, if you're not able to recognize when spirit is communicating to you, whether it be on a billboard, a commercial, you smell your great grandma's cooking, you see a license plate, whatever, a receipt, somebody that you see looks like somebody else, right? All of these signs and symbols are just synchronicities to give you an understanding of these thoughts that you've been thinking. So in this part of the Beetlejuice movie, this is when they had transitioned to the underworld, right? And remember, water is just symbolic of you going into, the underworld or the subconscious mind, or the place where you're gonna go anyway, the great by and by. You feel me? So remember, I just did this 8-8 when I talked about the water, 8 protons, 8 electrons, which is the infinity symbol, which is just a reflection, that 8-8, which is water. So when I was saying be water, my friends, you gotta let this shit go. You gotta flow through this bitch and understand that your emotions is keeping you tied down to the earth realm, heavy. You feel me? So obviously the dog that causes the fatal accident is seen crossing the road as Adam and Barbara enters the town. So this is just another sign as they're entering into the town, they see Anubis crossing the road, essentially, right? And Anubis takes him out and puts him into the water, right? Be water, my friends. And this yellow car is just a symbol of the sun. And we're gonna get to it because I'm gonna break it down to the boat and the sun boat and all of that, right? So understand they had transitioned going into town and coming back home, but the real game is that they're coming back home to the real world, which is the afterlife. So we believe that this is the real world, but the real world is when that DMT floods, when on your last breath, your DMT floods from your pineal gland and you're instantly into, the real world. you're awakened, right? And I'm gonna show y'all some clues and stuff here as we go deeper into the fold. So this is who you want to be like, family. I cannot make it up. You want to be Lydia Dietz. Lydia Dietz, strange and unusual. Being able to see the fourth dimension and the third dimension at the same time, which in turn makes you a fifth dimensional being. Y'all want to be like her. This is who you want to strive to be like. This, see, the reason why Lydia was so important in the movie, obviously she can see the dead people, right? But she was essentially a childlike spirit, the innocence, purity, right? Trying stuff. She took pictures and stuff. She was an adventurer. She's explorer. She's capturing the moment, right? She's in the moment. She's present and now in the moment. So whenever you're thinking about the past and worried about the future, you're not present and capturing the moment. And a big part of the divine feminine energy is being present in the moment. A big part of magic or rituals and anything of that sort of nature is being present in the moment. So when you're doing your rituals, right, or in your meditation, you're supposed to focus in on that being real present and being engulfed in that moment. You ever notice how you're watching a dope movie, and in that dope movie, you just be gone? You damn near in the movie yourself. You just taken away, boy. You just be in a zone, in the twilight zone, just all engulfed in that movie. And you don't even realize 2 hours done went by. Well, that's because you fell from that beta brain to that alpha state, and now you're primed and ready for program, and you're watching these movies in this alpha state frequency. Damn near falling in the theta state, if you like me, falling asleep and shit on the movie, falling asleep. See, when I fall asleep on the movies, essentially what's happening is my conscious mind is shutting down, and I'm ready and primed for the information that spirit is about to download to me instantly. So I don't even have to watch the movie with my two eyes. I'm watching it with my first eye, because essentially that's all that it is. They're telling you the hidden message, or the message that's behind the front forward show that they're trying to show you. Another thing we're going to do, Patreon family, is there's no way I could decode this whole Beetlejuice movie just in this sitting. So we got to watch the bitch, because I can show y'all every little minute thing that actually taps you into your fifth dimensional thinking. And remember, your fifth dimensional thinking is you being a light being, and light is just information, and this information should be channeled to you and downloaded to you instantly all the time. You should have clarity of the symbols in your dreams. When you think in a particular thought, you should see a symbol that gives you the play and understanding, right, in your waking life, and so on and so forth. And it becomes faster and faster and faster. So that's what we want to look at, right? And we want to look at that aspect of ourselves that's beyond just the physical. We want to get into the metaphysical, the strange, becoming unusual, strange and unusual, thinking outside of the box, not being confined to one way of thinking. Curiosity, childlike adventure, spirit. That's Lydia Dietz. That is you, family. I can't make it up. This is who you want to be. Free, able to see your people in them. Chaos in the blood. So another aspect of this whole movie was home is where the heart is. Home is where the heart is. Constructing your home in the astral planes. So remember, their whole basis of the Beetlejuice movie was the home. So the lady, the real estate agent lady kept coming to their house because they wanted to sell their home, right? And they was like, no, we like our home. We're going to keep our home, whatever, right? And essentially what was happening was they were making a home or constructing a home for themselves, right? They were constructing this home for themselves, but they were constructing it in the astral realms, which is what we're about to see right here. So as they transition, after they transition, right, that them humans took over the two homes, which is Lydia Deet's parents, and Lydia Deet's, the curious child, free spirit, was able to see the two that transitioned. Now, the two that transitioned was in the attic. The attic just symbolizes what? Come on, family. I know. I don't gotta explain that. The attic is the subconscious mind, right? We're going up to the attic. Remember what I said? Attics is caves, underground dwellings, whales, all that stuff they show in these movies. Whenever you're going up or down, they're just symbolizing your subconscious mind or your spirit or going into the upper room. The upper room. Now, this village or model village that they had was just a bird's eye view of them seeing their town or seeing their world or constructing their world, right? And being able to understand their world from astral plane existence. So, as you know, Heru, the bird, the hawk, that's you being above the world, right? And seeing your past, present, and future in a particular light. So as they're in the astral realms, the two parents with their name was Adam and was Barbara. Adam and Barbara. As they're in the astral realms, right? And Lydia is able to see as well. They, you can see the homes in this model with the lights on. Trust me, nigga, go watch that Beetlejuice movie again, the first one. Absolutely amazing stuff for us. And this Beetlejuice 2 coming out 9/6 on Friday. Must watch, must watch, must watch. So Lydia Dietz is able to see with her two astral parents. Essentially, that's what it is. And, they're seeing the town and how this town is constructed or how their town or world is constructed. Essentially, that's what they're trying to show you. You feel me? So boom, a big aspect in the movie was the songs. The song, they like come in, me wanna go home. Dale, me say Dale, and they like come in, we wanna go home. Banana boat, banana boat. So they played the song at the beginning of the movie, in the middle of the movie, and towards the end of the movie. They kept on playing this song, Harry Belafonte. So when we think about boats, right, we're thinking about the sun boat, or the boat that you came on in this particular dimension, right, as you, the god Ra. Now, there's some so Ra being this demiurge energy is essentially you coming down to the earth realm, but it's not a bad thing because you're just having a human experience. So if you think about this place as a bad thing, right, then fuck it, that's the construction of the prison that you make. If you think about it as a neutral thing, right, because remember, like and alike are the same, good and bad doesn't mean a motherfucking thing, right? Then you'll move into a space of saying, okay, let me try out this adventure that I'm in, because you're still having a human experience. So, if you're trying to and shout out to Bobby and Panic, they were explaining it from the concept of their own mind as like, oh, okay, well, we're here, we're stuck on this bitch, and da 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 da. But you don't want to feed into that kind of energy, because then you're going to suffer more based off of your thoughts, feeling like this is a prison. And trust me, I told y'all that in the Master Student Conference. I had to change Master Student Conference 2. I had to change my way I was approaching this thing, because I was slowly but surely deteriorating myself from the inside. And I wasn't actually living my true self, my higher self, that needs to run and play in this outside. So remember, it's up to you. If you say it's not going to work, it's not. If you say it's going to work, it's going to work. So you got to change your mind and your way of thinking based off of you being God. You don't want to think of this bitch as no prison, because that's them niggas that sit here and just be miserable and say, fuck it. This ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? They not doing nothing. And then they just wait. They keep on waking up in this bitch and don't do a motherfucking thing. Gotta start training your mind if you're stuck in that loop of saying, okay, well, this is an adventure for me. So in this adventure for me, I'm gonna just play this thing out and have fun and be free spirited like a child, curious. You see how kids, they'll look at stuff that, look, a bird. You be like, it's just a bird. They looking at a bird again. They seen a million birds. Like, oh, there go another dog. They just in that state of curiosity and exploration and fun, and not taking themselves so serious. So the older you get, the older you get, the more you start to fall into the illusionary construct of the matrix mind. And that matrix mind doesn't give you the power to explore the world, because you're trying to stay safe and secure and not try things or explore. You feel me? So you want to get out of that way of thinking, because it's going to hinder you in the long run, based off of you got 40 more years on this rock. You can't do nothing about it, baby. Chaos in the blood. Hey, I'm just telling y'all what it is. Niggas be saying, oh man, this ain't real. Okay, we'll wake up tomorrow and see what happens. And again, and then again. You're like, God damn. I'm still in this bitch. Yeah, you still in this bitch. And you got a particular mission that you must accomplish before you go to the astral realms and come back, because you was like, oh man, I was just got tricked into that idea of that shit didn't mean nothing. Now I got to go try again because I know it doesn't mean nothing. Here we go. Woo. Come down and try again and again until you get it right. So this is a huge aspect in the movie, the god Apis. And according to one myth, Apis would hypnotize the sun god and all of his followers, except Set, who will repel the serpent by piercing his side with a great spear. So remember, Apis is is his worm god, essentially, right? And it's essentially the god of dreams, your lucid dreaming, you going into the underworld, right? And being heavy in that space, in that time, right? So a lot of times, they'll say like destruction and chaos and stuff like that, like people looking at Beetlejuice as like an evil demonic spirit or whatever. But remember, Damien just means genius when you break it down in the etymology terms. So you have these demons inside of you that's just your genius turning on. And the more you turn on your genius, the more things will start to work out in your favor, where you'll start to see past the veil and the illusionary tricks of the world. See, I was running for myself for so long that I was afraid to turn on my genius. I was afraid to turn on my Damians based off of me being stuck in the egoic set energy. So I'm trying to fit in with the local jokers and shit like that. And based off of that energy of the rap music, the influence of your peers, your environment, you get stuck in a trance-like state to believe you're a Blood or a Crip. Hey, dog, to believe you a gang member and shit. You feel me? And really, that's a trap. So now that's part of you being constructed by the matrix, by the society. So what you got to look at, and I need to, I get it. The family got to understand this to the core. What they did was they took out melanated beings based off of the programming of the TV and the music. So now the TV and the music is essentially programming you to be single, to be individuals, right? You don't hear no love music no more, boy. You got to go back to the 90s to hear some real love music. You don't hear none of that shit. That's by design to take you away from your experience that you're supposed to have, or the world you're supposed to create with this other entity, right? And that world is you being one with another to have your bird's eye view, to create your own home, to create your own world, and to not be stuck in, the chasing of the world energy, right? Because that's essentially what it is to let go and let God. And essentially, as you let go and let God, because you created this home or this world inside the world, you did is God on earth, because you're in control of your own world. See, for instance, I'm at my house right now, right, with my wife, D-Ray, and my 4 kids, and we have our own particular world. We're basically in our own bubble, correct? It's just like you're in your own world, in your own bubble, whatever it might be. So in order to create your world, right, fellas and females, you want to have divine masculine and divine feminine that creates the home, right? Panic did a great job in his book about this. Very, very important book in the law of gender. Or, he just did the 7 laws of Tahuti, but he tried to make it in his own shit. I think he called the chapter for every nigger there's a bitch or something. He said something crazy like that. So you want to understand that love has been taken away from you. And remember, love is the encompassing energy of your heart. So the more you get away from your love or run from it, the more you're just in an egoic state of just being human, if you will. You feel me? Not saying you got to force yourself to be in a relationship or no shit like that. What I'm simply saying is, you have to be able to, there go my family right there. Shout out to the family. You have to be able to take yourself into your own world and not worry about, somebody on the other side or whatever. He's called it, with every nigger you find, there's also a bitch. 7th law of dark power. Basically, he just did the law of gender in this book. Shout out to Khadija. Go to occultlectures.com, occultlectures.com if y'all want to get the book. 7 Laws of Dark Power, Brother Panic. We read it in the Patreon. Absolutely fabulous read. Also, go get his other book. Since we on promo time, we fucking decoded the hell out of that book too. Shout out to the guy. So Panic and Aline bringing that what they brought that Beetlejuice energy when that Corona stuff was happening was a very important information for the family in this time. And it wasn't about necessarily a star outside of you. It was a star inside of you, something turning on inside of you that they tried to shut down with the 5G. Which honestly, they did shut that bitch down with the 5G. You feel me? Because niggas ain't having dreams right now. And that shit is trash. So now, with the 5G being so fast and heavy on, this invisible light spectrum that's taking you out of your real world completely, you have to do things to combat that. One, everybody should be detoxing, right? Not only you don't want to, not only do you want to detox, family, you want to detox because whatever the small little technology things they're making, y'all know the name of them. Somebody put it in the comments, that you're eating and stuff like that and drinking. That's inside of you, right? But then two, especially if you took that, jabba dabba do during that time. Y'all know we talked about that. And hey, I'm just telling you what it is. I'm gonna tread lightly when I say this. Melanated men, y'all just look it up for yourself. Collapsing like that is not no motherfucking coincidence. We gotta, hey, you just go back into your thing and just see, wow, collapse, die, collapse, die. So now you want to detox, family, because if you did take that, which a lot of us haven't, right? But I'm just saying, if you were one of the ones that was lost in that particular time, you want to detox, and you want to detox heavy. I'm just telling you what it is, because there's something going on with this blood clot thing that we just got to do more research on and understand within ourselves. So detoxing your body, whether you did take the jabba dabba do or not, is important. You feel me? Another thing is sun gazing is important. Grounding is important. All these different things, all these different spiritual modalities is important to turn back on your psychic power centers and fall back into the real world, which is you seeing past the veil or the illusionary tricks of the matrix. So that Corona time was a very important time. And we 4 years away from it, 3 years away. And shit, you know what I'm saying? Hey, it is what it is. We 3 years away from it, and that's what it is. Look, the goddess Tarot, she was riding a sunboat with the god Ra, which is the one that's entering into this third dimension, which is you, right? And essentially, she's the goddess of protecting mothers from childbirth through childbirth, which is you coming into the matrix. So that's the same aspect of you being in this water, right? You come in through water, right? With your mother in the womb, you're in water, and basically you're leaving through water, baby. Chaos in the blood, and that dog is just Anubis guiding you through the afterlife, right? So you can make it, an easy transition, right? But then also you got to understand Anubis is also not only death, but death to your old self, because you have cells that you got to kill off, and you killing off these particular cells in your being is you transforming from within. You terraforming that old self from inward, and then everything will shine outwardly, where you'll be magnetizing things and opportunities to you that's supposed to be congruent with your reality. So now, again, I'm just telling y'all what it is. You can just research this stuff. The more you get into your spiritual work and your spiritual plight, the more you'll get into alignment with the 5D technology that turned on inside of you that is called Beetlejuice. Don't worry, I'm going to get to why you want to say Beetlejuice right here. Okay, so what happens when you say Beetlejuice 3 times? What happens when you say Beetlejuice 3 times? Now, this was an important part of the movie, because Beetlejuice was essentially this demon, but this demon is just your genius, right? So it was this chaotic demon that comes to wreak havoc on the people that was living downstairs, right? But remember, them people were just the human people. Your upper mind was the people that was in the attic and Lydia Dietz and stuff. So essentially when Lydia and Beetlejuice was going to get married, it was just showing you this, because remember Beetlejuice was also Apis, which was the snake. So essentially it's just showing you again the form of basically your Kundalini energy rising to the occasion, to the attic, and then you becoming enlightened with this kind of supernova explosion in the mind. So again, your pineal work is very, very important, family, and your Kundalini energy work, obviously, because that's that Shakti energy rising up to Shiva. So another aspect of it is taking that Harataki. That Harataki, when I first took Harataki back in the day, it was the nastiest shit. It was one of those things where you just had to go for it, right? But I kept going, and this was when I was doing my pineal work heavy. I kept going, and essentially it oxygenates your body, right? But you have to eat right, and you have to clear out, like Bobby used to say, to receive the benefits. You can't take the Harataki and then take McDonald's and then eat McDonald's and say this shit ain't working. You're still putting in the trash that the Harataki is trying to clean out, not only in your body but in your mind. So when it oxygenates your body, your brain, right, is gonna start getting more and more signals and power to your pineal gland that gets it pumping. And that pumping of your pineal gland is essentially the pictures that you'll see, or the signs and symbols that you'll see in this waking life, right? Or the dream realm that you'll enter into at night when you go to sleep. That's gonna take you up out of here. So you want to get heavier in your dream space, because that's where it's at and that's what time it is. So what happens when you say Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice 3 times? Essentially, Beetlejuice 3 times, that number 3 is very important for your understanding. Now, watch this. This is part of the Beetlejuice movie. It says, though I know I should be weary, still I venture someplace scary. So remember when I was telling y'all the hideous, the strange, the darkness, all of that stuff, they're trying to keep you out of that because they don't want you to have your power restored where you can actually manipulate your world in a particular way. So they're trying to keep you away from your true power, which is in the darkness and the things that they try to make hideous and scary. So they started from a child with all the Chucky movies and the Jason movies and all of that. But it was still a metaphysical code behind that, which is saying in the darkness, in your dream space, when you close your eyes and meditate, when you close your eyes and go to sleep, essentially you can have all the information or light transmitted to you that will help you maneuver through this particular earth realm. But if you're getting the false light narrative from the TV based off of this 2 eyes being that much more stronger, then you're subject to whatever the 2 eyes is influenced by based off of the false light narratives. So instead of you tapping into your inner God, there's another God that you believe in outside of you that's controlled by whoever, Viacom or whatever. Chaos in the blood. And all they doing is just saying, all right, let's show these niggas this, and this, and let's make sure they see. You got to pay attention to what they're doing in the movies heavy or TV shows or whatever. So they always show you black people falling out of love or whatever, right? Not in relationships, not making it. Nigga, you watch that Hitman movie? They killed 2 people in that Hitman movie, both of them, and they still got married with children. I said, oh, that's some shit for your ass, boy. That's how you do that shit. So, you know, you got to pay attention to the mythologies they're creating in these movies. That's just tapping into the deeper recesses of your subconscious mind. It's small nodes getting implanted into your spirit based off of you seeing it over and over and over again. So they can control the time of the day based off of the music. So whatever music they're putting on the radio and all this stuff, right? Or whatever they're force feeding people, or whatever they're telling their artists who doesn't know, right? Say, hey, make songs like this. Or look, I'm gonna put you in this outfit in this music video, right? They're essentially just being pawns. Oh, okay. And the music is influencing you, if you're not conscious, to move with a particular energy, right? That doesn't serve you in the long run, because we know it's two is better than one. So if the black male and the black female is separated, then they don't have no they don't have no direction, you feel me? Because if you let go, fellas and females, because that Cam Newton and Dr. Brian shit was just all whatever, just all a bunch of egos battling each other, right? If they let go and just understand that we have to come into some kind of holistic understanding, right? Then the enlightenment will reign supreme. So in the Dr. Brian case, it looks like to me, she's trying to chase perfection or something, some shit like that. It's an illusion. She was afraid to experience and try, because she's basing her reality off of, I gotta look a certain way. With Cam's situation, he's like, I just want to keep on doing my egoic thing. I don't want to be tied down, so fuck it. I'm gonna just spread my seed, and then the kids are affected. The 8 kids are affected based off of he can't even reach out and touch them all at once to be able to be that father, masculine figure that he needs to be in their lives. Shit, I got 4 kids, and I'll be trying to figure out how to get to all 4 of them. I'll be like, God damn, this shit. They need some support. They need that spiritual, mental support. I got 4 kids, and I'll be like, wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4. I said, damn. And I'm in the house. So that's what I'm saying. This is shit. 8 kids, and nah, that ain't gonna fly, homie. That's some kind of, that's you just really just created, kids that have to get it on their own, essentially. Because the presence of you just being in the home is different. Not saying it's good or bad, right or wrong, whatever happens, through y'all, that's what it is. Because I had a homeboy, we was 17, he got a girl pregnant, one night stand, didn't even really know her, nothing, right? And essentially they didn't make no relationship, right? It just happened like that. It wasn't his fault, just being young, whatever. Okay, now I got a kid, and he's doing wonders with that kid, even though him and his mom don't really know each other like that, but they're making it happen, and they're building this relationship to serve the kid, you feel me, and be in their kid's life in a particular manner that serves them. So I don't want y'all to think that y'all that's single parents or whatever, you have to be with somebody and shit like that. You can make it work. It's just based off of how much time and love and support you're investing in the particular beings that's out here that's looking up to you to make things happen. So let me get back to this, because I veered off somewhere strange, boy. It said, though I know I should be weary, still I venture someplace scary. Ghostly hauntings I turn loose. That's you losing yourself or letting go, right? So you can become Lydia Dietz and just be able to free yourself up Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. So saying Beetlejuice is a transformative understanding in this thing, right? You want to say Beetlejuice because essentially that Beetlejuice star is about transformation, is about it's about becoming something new, right? So just understanding Beetlejuice as that, hold on, let me see if I can find this article on it. What it say? Just looking it up. It says, if we look at the name Beetlejuice outside the context of the movie, it refers to a bright red supergiant star in the constellation Orion. In an esoteric or metaphysical sense, stars like Beetlejuice symbolize powerful cosmic forces, transformation, and the vastness of the universe. So that bright red star is just the vastness inside of you. And it's about transformation time, terraforming time. You feel me? So in the three, saying Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice is just a symbolic representation of knowledge, wisdom, understanding, the Holy Trinity, the real Holy Trinity. So remember, you're saying that because you're turning on something chaotically inside of you, right? You're birthing something new, which is Heru, which is the Horus, which is the bird's eye view. You feel me? So if the knowledge, right, is Osar, Aset is the wisdom, and then the baby is Heru, which is the understanding, then that's you falling back into your Trinity, right, which is Heru, the bird's eye view. And you seeing your past, present, and future, but you being present in the now because the present is a real gift. So you be able to manipulate your world based off of the information that you're receiving from your inner world. So remember, just saying Beetlejuice, 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 right? Because it's essentially it's an invocation. So saying that is just essentially saying I'm turning on this star inside of me. I'm turning on this supernova transformative star inside of me, and me turning on this star is going to move me into Lydia Deets, or seeing or having this childlike spirit, this creative energy, right? This presence of God being strange and unusual, and being able to see past the veil. So now with this new movie coming out, right? Beetlejuice 2 coming out this Friday, 9/6, as above, so below, as within, so without, yin and yang, 6996, right? It's essentially telling you that you have to look with the inside of yourself. And I cannot wait, boy, this whole gonna be off the chain. We already got our tickets and everything. We're seeing it Sunday. But it's essentially saying, look with inside of yourself to get the outside understanding of this thing. And with the Goddess Wednesday, or, you know, the show Wednesday on Netflix, and her being kind of like the lead in this thing, hey, this thing is going to be a joy to the code, boy. Chaos in the blood, baby. Give me some questions. Give me some questions. So, yeah, hey, look. Next Tuesday, I'm going to decode the bitch. I'm just telling you what it is. So, y'all better watch it this weekend. That hoe is getting decoded on Tuesday. This new Beetlejuice that's coming out. And essentially what's happening in the new one, I'll give y'all a short rundown from what I can see from the trailer, is that well, let's watch it. Why don't we watch it together, shall we? Let's see. We watch it together. Yeah, y'all like this thing up. Like this video up, family. Like it up, baby. Essentially, Beetlejuice 2 trailer. Essentially, what they're saying is what I'm saying is that you got to get used to seeing, you know, people that transition walked around in this bitch. You feel me? That's the real game. See, if you can get used to that or get into that state, then this thing will turn up tremendously for you, right? But, sure.
When you're all driving carpool and banging your Pilates instructors to fill the empty voids in your life, we'll see who gets the last laugh.
Boom. So she hit it right off the jump. Let me play that again so y'all can hear it. She told you straight up what time. She just said, essentially, like, look, nigga, y'all playing human, and I'm trying to tap into something strange. Y'all being weird with this human thing because y'all just got to live out a certain life. And shit, we trying to see something beyond this particular third dimension. You feel me? Hey, you feeling lost. You're feeling a shell of yourself based off of the robotic nature of continuously doing the same thing over and over and over again. You have to break free, no matter how you feel about it. You have to break free of that mind control way of thinking because they trained you to believe that's the real you in public school. But it's not. You are an adventurer, you're an explorer, and you being an explorer is just you trying things and seeing past the veil and being able to adventure out and not be stuck in a particular mode that keeps you locked down into a certain mindset. Breaking free or thinking outside of the box is just opening up your pineal gland. That's one of the most important things for your pineal work, is to start thinking strangely. I got a book called Chaos, and essentially it's about you breaking free. So whenever you're at a red light and you don't see nobody coming or going, you don't see no cops, you don't see no cars, you just sitting at the red light by yourself, sitting there looking crazy. I get it, be safe, all of that, right? I'm just giving you the understanding. This is just an example. You have to run that red light because that shit is breaking free of the society matrix way of thinking. You can't just sit at a red light. You sitting there for 2 minutes. You sitting there for damn near a minute and a half. There ain't no cars coming left of you, right of you, even straight turning. You looking around, you just sitting, all right, well, shit, I'm going to wait for this red light to turn green. That right there is called mind control. Now, I get it. Now, listen, we need these rules to keep us safe and secure. Yes. What I'm simply saying is that that's an exercise that you must practice. Be safe. But that's an exercise that you have to look at in your mind and say, damn, why the fuck am I sitting at this red light? I don't see nobody coming here. Right? It's not about the red light, family. I want y'all to be safe. It's about you breaking free past of a mindset that's keeping you locked down when you can just go past that red light and get home quickly and safer. You feel me? That's an example. Another example is well, there's many examples in my Chaos book. I did a whole bunch. Wearing different clothes, wearing stuff that you like. You feel me? Not wearing stuff because society wants you to wear it, but wearing things that you enjoy and like. See, look, a lot of y'all rock with Baphomet and stuff, but y'all will never wear it outside based off of you don't want to be judged. Now, I get it. This world is not supposed to be, let me show off my thing, but you're supposed to wear what you like. And the interesting thing about these young kids today is that they're going for theirs. They don't give a fuck about none of this shit. They like, hey, look, I'm about to do me. And if you don't like it, fuck it. If you like it, cool. But this is what I'm about to do. You feel me? See, even them young niggas painting their nails and shit like that. That's a sign of you seeing how strange this thing is about to go. You've been programmed into believing that you got to keep your nails a certain way. I get it. I'm not a person that will paint my nails ever, But I'm just saying, you got to look at the energy of what these kids is trying to exude. They're trying to move themselves out of a society way of thinking with the white picket fence in the house and the job and the car. They're saying, no, I'm not. This is not what time it is. I'm breaking free of that idea that y'all want me to get a student loan or whatever, a degree, and live my life out in this goddamn $100,000 a year life for the rest of my life. These kids today, I'm telling you, these boys is trying to turn up in this bitch. They don't give a fuck, boy. Is Samuel in here? He was just in here. Shit like that. The strange. It's gonna be hard. Yeah, it's gonna be a shift because you still got to do things to gain some energy, which is money in this bitch, right? But at the end of the day, once you figure that part out, then this shit should be a cinch. Right? You just run the muck on this thing and keep on playing. So this is spirit work, family, and I'm telling you, breaking free is important. Let's keep on. She crossed the bridge where her parents had died, or not her parents, but the astral parent. In the snake, I just told y'all that was Apis again, right? Turn it on again, strangleholding the guide, so you can break free of the human, right? And just understanding that Beetlejuice is this chaos, mischief energy, but chaos, remember, is just the potential inside of you, the potential inside of you to do something strange, the potential inside of you to do something new, the potential inside of you to break free of the society way of thinking. Because again, spirit is about you doing you, right? So the more you get into that aspect of becoming awakened, you start to realize that the judgment of others doesn't matter. The programming doesn't matter, right? Society laws, peer pressure doesn't matter, right? Your mama's opinion of you doesn't matter. Everything is based off of an internal process that's coming on inside of you, that's waking you up and moving you into a direction of God, of goddess, of you moving with power and strength instead of you moving a shell of yourself based off of you being tricked into believing that you were shy. Your mama told you were shy when you was in elementary. Oh, he's just shy. And you believed it. And you kept that programming because you have the choice, goddess, to choose. So now, because your mama said, oh, he's just shy, he doesn't really, now you believe, oh, okay, well, I guess I am shy. And then you carry that for 20, 30 years of your life and be a shell of yourself. And now you shy with the girls and stuff. You shy in not being assertive at your job based off of something your mama was talking to her homegirl about. So again, there's so many different programs that we have to understand within ourselves that we can eradicate and become our true authentic self that'll bring us forth into this new way of thinking, which is God, which is you turning on your Beetlejuice, your transformational spirit that's inside of you. A chance. That's the fall. I need you to help me save my daughter. That's the fallen daughter, right? So Lydia Dietz becomes a mom, and the fallen daughter is the Wednesday girl. And essentially, she's reaching out to Beetlejuice to figure out how to get her daughter from you heard her say, ghost ain't real. So essentially, she's reaching out to Beetlejuice to wake her up to understand that it's not about the ghost. Remember, that's just the ideal. The ghost is just fourth dimensional energy. So you being able to imagine, you being able to see your visions in your waking life, you being able to see dead people walk, right, in the world, right? We was at the Mystic Mind Conference. No, it was one of them. It was probably, the Mystic Mind Conference. Sitting in the hall with Yosef and shit, in the lunch thing with Yosef and shit, right? The nigga said, "Oh shit, I see some dead people right there." Niggas turned around and looked like, what the what? Like, oh shit, right? But that's just an example or an aspect of what we're talking about. That kind of thing, the strange, the unusual, right? Being able to see that is important, but you don't got to even go that high. Being able to see your visions or your signs and symbols is more important than that. No matter about you seeing the dead people, that's cool, but it's more so about you being able to recall and see your signs and symbols that's directing you into your world, your new world. Very important. So remember, the fallen daughter is Sophia, which is you, which is your spark of light, right? And in order to wake her up, Sleeping Beauty, the prince has to come and kiss her on the forehead, pineal gland, to awaken her, and she'll become the Cinderella or the prince or the princess. You feel me? So that's important. You have fallen down here to Malkuth, right? And you want to get back to Kether, where you find the knowledge, wisdom, understanding, the Trinity, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. The understanding, which is enlightenment. That's why you say Beetlejuice 3 times, to transform something inside of you. Now, don't take saying Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice 3 times as the official physical act. It's more so about the understanding of the Trinity, right? The knowledge, the wisdom, and the understanding, as you say, Beetlejuice is just understanding the Trinity, right? The triangle pointing up, as above, so below. You feel me? So if this is as above, then so below is you being here on this earth realm. Here we go. So they're gonna add the whole Addams family. They're gonna have a whole hey, this thing is gonna get real strange. Niggas might have to watch the Addams family movie, everything. God damn, niggas might have to watch Wednesday again in this bitch. God damn. But remember, Wednesday in the Netflix series, she was strange and unusual too, right? Which was an important symbol. Remember, all of your watching when you see these characters is their energy, how they're exuding themselves on the screen. What kind of energy signature are they trying to speak to your subconscious mind? So in these movies that you're watching, there's an energy signature that's trying to transmute to you in your subconscious mind, which is your spirit. Remember, your spirit is what animates you. So in your spirit animating you, the big screen, the TV, social media, whatever, can move you in a particular way that doesn't serve you in the long run if you allow it, right? So in order to, because this is important, in order to shift your world, right, a big aspect that I want the family to start doing is to start every rising watching things that serves you. Watch things that will serve your greater good based off of, it might be boring to you or whatever, and it might be whatever, all that kind of stuff, right? Cool. It's not about the boring, it's about you enlivening your spirit, inspiration that moves you into a different direction throughout your day. So now if the first thing I wake up to and I listen to gossip, then my day is going to move in a gossipy kind of manner. I can't wait to hear more of this gossip. Ooh, let me tell you, girl, what happened to this nigga. Ooh, Calvin lost his job, girl. Let me tell you why. But if I program myself, right, because you're a cosmic computer, to watch stuff that serves your spirit in a particular way, right, whether it be spiritual information, now they do it with the Instagram, the TikToks, and all of that with the spiritual light, Bobby Hemmett, myself, whoever, right, Bashar, Neville Goddard quotes, all of that stuff, right? If you can feed your spirit upon rising, then guess what? You're going to move yourself into a more positive light that takes you up out of here. And then it gives you that small little day by day, brick by brick, right? Brick by brick, not being in a rush. This is about patience. This is about patience. You're not going to build Rome in a day. You have to brick by brick this thing, because essentially as you slowly and surely keep on feeding yourself over and over and over again, essentially you look up 3-5 years from now, 3 years from now, a year from now, whatever, 6 months from now, and be moving in a different light. And then all the positive stuff will be magnetized to you based off of you feeding yourself upon rising every morning. Very important, family. And look, I know niggas ain't gonna do that shit because they want to stay in their own lane of whatever the trash they feeding themselves. I'm just telling you what it is. If you could break past that addiction from the trash, that addiction from the gossip, that addiction from the conspiracy theory, then you can change your world. And the more you change your world, the more things will start to work its way out for you, instead of things solve. Oh, why me again? It always happened to me. Oh, woe is me. This is about freedom, and the freedom is in the mind. So if you concentrate on the mind first, which is your inner world, if you concentrate on your mind first, which is your inner world first, then essentially you'll start to have behaviors that put you in a better position to win. I'm just telling y'all what it is, family. Take it or leave it. But at the end of the day, you don't want to be stuck in that zone that doesn't serve you 60 for 60. be 98, mad than a bitch. Been mad your whole life at a nursing home. Somebody coming to clean you up and everything. You still mad. God damn. You got to get over that, family. The real power is in the love, and in the curiosity is in the childlike spirit and the freedom that you feel in your heart. So that Beetlejuice movie is coming out, family. That Beetlejuice movie is coming out Friday, 9/6, and I will be decoding it Tuesday. Yeah, next Tuesday. I never like movies like this, just too out there for me. Okay, nice. What else we got? Have y'all seen the Beetlejuice soda? What? Okay, I scrolled down too much. Any questions, any thoughts before I get out of here? What y'all got, family? What y'all got? Oh, another aspect. We just watched that. What's that shit called? A Quiet Place. A Quiet Place on Amazon Prime. We just watched it last night. Now that's a huge understanding of this place as well. You feel me? And understanding of spirit as well, right? So y'all want to watch that? Go check that out, because that's a very, very powerful movie, especially dealing with the water. The water again. Hey, dealing with the water. I still listen to that Grand Rising video to start my day. That shit works. Ashe. Yeah, y'all know what it is. Grand Rising on my YouTube page. Hey, y'all like the video up? Share this thing up. Like it up, family. And I'll see y'all. Book club tomorrow, family. 9:30 a.m. Central Time. Patreon family. We're gonna dive deeper into the fold in becoming supernatural. Right? Information junkies, baby. Transformational junkies. And what else we got going on? Oh, and then shit, that's it. Hey, Friday, go see the movie, because we already got our tickets and it goes down. Y'all know what it is, family. Peace to the gods.